You guys, I found something. Oh, where's my, hold on. I hit the top. I'm just sorry. It's very hot. Okay, guys, I found something. I thought of something and I found something, and it's a really big deal. And that's why I'm coming on to tell you guys about it right away, because it needs to go out there, because I think I figured it out. I think I did. And you guys know that I don't say that lightly. When I say that, I mean it. Something that has been rolling around in my mind for a long time is this thing about the exploding mic theory. I believe in the exploding mic theory. I do think that it is accurate. However, the exploding mic theory really hinges on something important that I don't think we are talking about or thinking about nearly enough. The exploding mic theory requires the involvement of Philip or Terrell, or so I thought. So, as you guys know, Candace identified Philip Goldsberry as the person who mic'd Charlie. He put the microphone on Charlie. Why is that so important? It's important because those microphones come in a set of two identical microphones, right? So think about it for a second. Those microphones come in an identical set of two. They are the wireless charging cases. Having wireless charging cases that they are transported in, they are locked in the warehouse, they're kept, and then when they arrive at the event, they have two microphones. Now, every single time that they go to a tabling, they arrive with two microphones and they use two microphones. Both of those Rode microphones, I'm talking about two Rode microphones, as in they have a total of four, at least a total of four, but only two of them are Rode microphones, the clip-on kind. If there are two Rode microphones, what happens is, what Philip Goldsberry does is he takes those microphones out, one goes on Charlie, and one goes on the Hunter Kozak mic, right? One of them, they're magnetically attached to the microphone. They're put on by magnet. It is clipped directly underneath. It is clipped directly underneath the Hunter Kozak mic. I'm just calling it that. It's the one that's in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So this requires require the direct involvement of Philip Goldsberry, because how would they know which mic to put on Charlie? We saw Charlie get his microphone put on. If the exploding mic theory is correct, we saw Philip Goldsberry put the mic on Charlie. So what would that imply? How would Philip Goldsberry know which mic to put on him? Well, he would know if he was in on it, right? But the bad guys, how would they know? How would they ensure that that microphone was the correct microphone? Because that is a 50% chance that that microphone would have ended up on Hunter Kozak's mic. You guys, I think I figured it out. I'm going to be honest, I think I figured it out. I'm like, this has to go on the internet. It just has to go on the internet right now. I don't even care. I'm not even going to make this like an episode. Like, I have to put it out there because I think it's too important. I think it's time sensitive, and I think that it matters. So if Philip Goldsberry is part of all of this, then yeah, that would explain how he knew to put the left microphone on Charlie, or whatever the case may be. You know, microphone A on Charlie, which is the explosive rigged one, right? If, Philip Goldsberry is involved, or, Terrell. But the thing is, would you leave that to the chance that Philip Goldsberry, who allegedly is a true believer, true friend to Charlie, this event has apparently really messed him up. Would you leave that to chance? Would you leave it in the hands of Terrell, who is an idiot, who can't even be trusted to not take a selfie video? Would you? If you were a state level actor and the exploding microphone theory is correct, then would you leave it to chance in that way? I wouldn't. Because there is a 50% chance, and this, I'm letting you guys know, that's what Turning Point USA is going to use as their excuse. No. Hang on a second. There were two microphones. There are two identical microphones. That cannot be accurate, because how would, we have ensured that the correct microphone got onto Charlie? Both microphones were rigged. I'll do an entire video. I have an entire, I'll put my video out, my long form video, where I explain all of this in detail, but this is the important part for you guys to know. And I'm like, you guys should go and watch it, because I think that we figured it out. I think that we saw, I mean, as far as the how goes, I feel more confident right now than I have ever felt that this is how they did it. I truly believe that I truly believe this is how they did it. Both microphones were rigged. I'll go into watch the video that's premiering on YouTube. It's on my YouTube. Nobody watches my YouTube. That's why I'm putting it here because you guys have to know this because we have to figure out where that other microphone went. Guys, it is my personal opinion that the most likely scenario is that both microphones were rigged. Both microphones were rigged before they ever arrived to Provo that day. They were probably rigged without Philip or Terrell or any of their information. Like they may not have even had any awareness of it. Okay, they rigged both microphones. They put them in the TPUSA, or whatever. They deliver them there. Who knows? Whatever. But they give both microphones to them. Okay? Both of them have explosives. Now, when they arrive at Provo, everything's normal, everything's fine. Think Lebanon pager attack. Everything's normal, everything's fine. They arrive at Provo. Both microphones go on to Charlie, and guess what? That little laser light that we saw, or possibly the drones that we know were in the area, or possibly, I'll go into, like I said, the tech is in my long form video. Please go watch it. Because think about that. Then all they had to do, all the bad guys back at the ops center, whatever, had to do was pick a microphone and say, oh, yeah, laser targeting device, the laser pointer that's pointed at Charlie's mic, or drone that, came in and was right there. Target acquired. Boom. Now, that to me feels like, you know what it should be? It should be so, so very easy for Turning Point USA to hand over that microphone and to take that microphone and disprove it. Where's the mic? So if you guys want to disprove the exploding microphone theory, then that microphone that was there, it should be fine for it to be examined, right? Because there wouldn't be any explosive in it, any explosive material, nothing weird, right? Think about that for a second. And what I believe is more likely is that Terrell, Philip, or someone else, they probably got it taken by the feds. And by the way, just so you know, if they didn't then, they probably did now. Who knows? They could have gone and swapped it out. But I want to know what happened to that other microphone because just like they paved over the crime scene, they have tried to destroy all the other evidence. But that would imply, in my estimation, that there is very likely another microphone that would have been rigged as well. I'm like, okay, great. So now they're going to see this and then I don't know how to. The question will become, did they receive those microphones at the same time? Did they receive two new microphones? And what did they do with the other one? That is that, in my estimation, unless Philip was directly involved, unless Philip or Terrell was directly involved, that would let you get away with this entire harebrained scheme without actually having a directly responsible person who was there in person who could go and would then go and do something incredibly stupid, like going and recording a selfie video saying Charlie is dead. Who knows? I don't know. But I'll bet you, I will bet you that either there would be a record of them receiving a new set of Rode microphones, one, or like in the recent history, or that they still have the other one, or that it was taken. So which is it? Go watch the episode. Okay, thanks. Okay, I'm like, guys, do you see what I'm saying though? If this exploding mic theory is to be correct, then my estimation would be that there will be evidence of Turning Point receiving two new microphones. Otherwise, everything else will be left too much to chance. They would have had to get two. And if we recall the Accurate Energetic System contract, it didn't specify an amount. It didn't specify a quantity. It just says extra small, shaped charge explosive. It could have been for two. Each one, 220,000. That would make a lot more sense. That way they were the same weight. That way they had the same newness. They probably absolutely could have been functional, right? I'm sure the Turning Point has gotten rid of them. So it'll be one of the two. Either that that second microphone is still exploded, or they got rid of it. And if they got rid of it, what does that imply? That means they were in on it. But that's the only way that I'm like, Philip, if you see this, Terrell, just know that's the only way you get out of this. You do know that, right? Because if you have that microphone and it does not have PETN in it, the only way that that theory is correct is if you were directly in on it. You might want to think about that. You might want to think about that. You had to be aware that it was the left mic, not the right, that contained explosives otherwise. And I don't believe that you did. I don't think that you knew that. I don't think so. Because, no offense, I doubt anyone's trusting you with that. No offense. But there is a possibility, there is a way, but that would require the other microphone being rigged. So that means that it's one or the other. And I like to think that you weren't in on it. So my best guess would be that that microphone, the other one, the unexploded one, the one that was left on Hunter Kozak's microphone, that that microphone is still probably in your possession. And what you need to do is you need to get it probably to the local PD and a news station. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. But for it to have only been one microphone requires your direct involvement and knowledge. And if you now go and produce some random microphone, we already know that that just means you got rid of the exploded one. We're not idiots. We're ahead of you guys. And you need to understand this is serious and it gets you out of it. If you turned it over, it would get you out of it. Think about that. If you turned it over, the microphone that contains an explosive, it would get you out of it. Because you didn't know. Right? Isn't that your story? You didn't know? You had no awareness. Oh my gosh, how could that be true? I didn't know it. Da da da. Well, if you turn it over and it contains an explosive, first of all, good. Don't have an explosive. Duh. Ugh. I feel like I'm talking to actual retarded people. Okay. Terrell, walk with me for a second. If you have the mic and you didn't know that it had an explosive, that is absolutely a possibility. Now go turn it over to the local authorities. You'll call the FBI, obviously, but turn it over immediately and understand that that means that you were not involved. Because if the exploding mic theory is correct, then the only way that that other mic does not contain an explosive material is if you are directly involved, because only you transported that microphone and put it on Charlie. And by the way, if it turns out that you did that, but you had no awareness, this is not your fault. Like, you shouldn't even, like, this, you would be completely like, this would not be your fault even a little bit. This would not be your fault even a little bit if you had no awareness. And, oh yeah, we did get a new mic set, 3 months ago, whatever, right? We did get a new mic set like a couple months ago, and yeah, here it is. And then it contains any kind of explosive. There it is. You hold the key, you hold the answer, and you hold the way that this story plays out. Go watch the video.